The season 21 premiere of ABC's Grey's Anatomy started and ended with a bang, leaving us with a few questions. That shocking slap from the promos came down at the very beginning of the episode, with Bailey hitting her boss, Catherine, when the latter called her just another doctor. It turns out it was a recurring dream Bailey had been having after she was let go from Grey Sloan over her objection to the decision to have Lucas repeat a year. If Walls Could Talk, which picks up soon after the events of the season 20 finale, expeditiously settles Catherine's firing of Meredith, Amelia, and Ted. As it turned out, Bailey told Jackson, "I'm not here to make things easier for you." As soon as he got to Seattle, he felt that she should resolve the dispute over her research immediately. "We have the money to make progress," he insisted. Bailey was duly reprimanded and was going to attempt mending her differences with Catherine when Mama Warbuck lost it. It came out that neither her kid nor her spouse were aware of the tumor on Catherine's spine. She also emphasized that they would not be aware of it either. "You're threatening to harm yourself, are you?" Mare questioned skeptically. Catherine retorted, "I've blackmailed people over far less," and stated that she was not interested in intrusive procedures. Not the procedures she had had, but the one she conducted was what she wanted to be remembered for. After all was said and done, we knew that the doctors who had been sacked along with Mare had been rehired, even though we weren't privy to the precise agreement that Mare and Catherine had reached. What about that groundbreaking study on Alzheimer's? Her words, "It will go in a different direction," were a little menacing. We'll go over everything else that happened in the season 21 opener, as well as one item that didn't. Even if Bailey and the audience found the smack satisfying, it was simply a dream. Actually, Volunteer Ben was planning to finish his surgery residency at Seattle Press, while Miranda worked at the clinic. President of Seattle, really, but Bailey would soon find it nearly impossible to avoid Grey Sloan. Sydney Herron, the peppy substitute for her as residency director, wasted no time in getting under the skin of her former co-chief resident. The interns didn't like it either. They'd much rather get shouted at. By the end of the hour, Bailey had advised Ben to apply at Grey Sloan and thankfully forget about Seattle president. "I'm going to get my job back," she said, as if there was ever any question at all. And if Walls Could Talk, a series of events, including demonstrators against climate change and the anxieties of the soon-to-be mother, prevented Joe from telling Link that Luna and Scout were expecting a younger sibling. At Joe's, Link finally worked everything out for himself. "You're refusing fries?" he asked Joe in wonder. "And wine?" That's when the light bulb went off over his head. Adding 1 and 1, he came up with 3, and he gladly embraced Joe and the notion of growing their family. Winston, who was attending to a patient whose bungee cord had broken during the climate change demonstration, urged Richard to overcome his dread of surgery. Although the endeavor was not entirely successful, Weber was in the right location at the right time to assist his former son-in-law in viewing a life-or-death situation from a different angle. Winston requested Richard to explain what he had caught and how he had caught it after saving the patient. Is Weber's future in teaching instead of operating? Jews and Micah concluded that their near kiss had been insignificant. After spending the entire day feeling uncomfortable about it all, they could only try not to cry too much after losing a patient. Jules drew Mia into a passionate kiss only after they went to shake hands on their continued friendship. Apologies, but how in the world is Grey's Anatomy allowing Manori Francis to be a scrub when she's about to embark on such an exciting new plot arc? Blue's revelation to Lucas that his fiancée, Molly, had saved him during his mother's illness was not an accident. Now, the backstory that Molly had lost her memory in a vehicle accident that happened right after an unjustified fight with Blue was not revealed to us. At the end of the episode, Molly returned to Grey Sloan, realizing that while she had been piecing together her life, something was still missing. Blue Link gave Levi some motivational advice, telling him that he could still have a great career in medicine, even if pediatrics wasn't the right fit for him. Finally, Lucas disclosed that he had decided not to take Maggie's Chicago job offer. He decided to stay with Grey Sloan, and he celebrated by having sex with Simone.